What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlemania here, back with another video. Pro wrestling is scripted, it's a production, it's entertainment, we know that, but the greatest thing about pro wrestling is kayfabe. We know that wrestlers aren't actually buried alive during matches or have magic powers, but it's these carefully planned moments that have kept wrestling fans guessing and questioning, well, how did they do that? Unfortunately, the art of kayfabe has long been dead, as the WWE cares more about reality these days. However, there are still some secrets the WWE like to keep a tight lid on and hidden away from the audience, being careful not to reveal them. In this video we're looking at 10 secrets the WWE doesn't want you to know. Number 1. The IGGY and X signals. During matches, wrestlers can perform dangerous moves and spots. Some may go right, and some can easily go wrong. Since all attention is on the wrestlers performing the spot, referees or his opponent normally don't blatantly ask the wrestler if they're okay. Well, sometimes they do. But in most cases, wrestlers squeeze the hand of the wrestler or referee to know that they're okay. The term is known as giving the IGGY, and it's shown during an episode of Raw in 2000 when Bubba Ray Dudley powerbombed the 76-year-old Mae Young through a table off the stage. You can see that when they've gone through the table, Mae lightly squeezes Bubba's hand to signal that she's okay. Consequently, if a dangerous spot goes wrong and a wrestler doesn't signal with the hand squeeze or tells the referee he's legitimately injured, the referee will throw their arms into an X. A fan managed to catch this on an episode of Raw where Wade Barrett was injured and partially dislocated his elbow. Both referees checking on Wade immediately throw up their arms to the medic, signaling help. Even though the X signal is considered breaking kayfabe, it has been used in storylines. At Wrestlemania 22, Matt Hardy suplexed Ric Flair from the top of the ladder. It looked like Flair had hurt his back, so referees threw up the X signal, even though Flair was not legitimately hurt. Number 2. Hot tag signals. Ever wondered how hot tags are so perfectly timed? You got a wrestler down and beaten ready to tag in his fresh partner, but he's in the other corner. The heel opponent is ready to tag his partner. Well, since the wrestler who's making the tag can't turn around and thus perfectly time his tag, his partner in the corner helps out by giving a hand signal on when to tag. Simply, if you look closely, when the partner's hand is palm side down, he's not ready. When the palm side is up, he is ready to tag him and run wild. Number 3. Wrestlers under the ring. There have been a number of times where wrestlers, most famously The Undertaker, have either come from underneath the ring or instantly appearing in it, surprising his opponent. Are the wrestlers under the ring from the start of the event? Waiting under the ring for 2 hours? Are there trap doors? The spot certainly adds mystique to the character and has to be perfectly timed. The mystique, however, is spoilt when you're in the audience at a live show and during a commercial break, you notice a number of ring crew dressed completely in black. Amongst them is the wrestler who needs to appear, such as in this vlog filmed in 2015 showing The Undertaker being accompanied by ring crew. He will hide under the ring until the lights momentarily dim and appear in the ring when ready. It's also said that a monitor is placed under the ring to get the spot perfect. Number 4. Blading/blood capsule. Blading, I'm sure you know, is where a wrestler intentionally cuts himself during a match. Traditionally, it's done in 2 ways. The first way is by a razor blade, which is normally concealed in the wrestler's attire, in their wristband, and at times, the referee can also hand it to them and conceal it away once used. The second is the hard way, i.e. a hit or shot with a weapon that has legitimately caused a cut, such as Brock Lesnar bleeding at WrestleMania 31. Bleeding the hard way is the preferred method now, as WWE has phased out blood in matches and blading has more or less been banned, purely for safety reasons. However, more recently, the idea of a blood capsule has been caught on camera. On an episode of Raw in 2016, fans have argued that Roman Reigns is handed a blood capsule from Byron Saxton to create the effect of internal bleeding. Many argue, however, that Saxton gave Reigns a blade. WWE wrestlers such as Taz have refuted the idea of a blood capsule ever being used in professional wrestling. Number 5. Referee involvement. Like wrestlers, referees in a match are also responsible for maintaining kayfabe and thus play a massive part within a match. Referees are able to direct the match pace by letting the wrestlers know how much time they have left and when they're on a commercial break, normally leading to a rest hold. Number 6. Buried alive match. The Buried Alive match was most famously made by The Undertaker, challenging his opponents literally to the grave. The first match took place in 1996 at an In Your House pay-per-view with The Undertaker against Mankind. The match finished with The Undertaker being buried alive, covered from head to toe. Finally, The Undertaker's hand emerges from the dirt, to signify he's still, well, alive. The stunt works very similar to a magic trick, creating the illusion that someone has actually been buried alive. The grave, you'll notice, is on a high platform and is deep enough so that the wrestler is hidden at the bottom for the most part. Once the wrestler is being buried, he slips into a compartment on the side of the platform. Normally the wrestler will be slipped away into the safe compartment until the show is over. Number 7. WWE Scripts. Promos were handled much differently in the 80s and 90s, and it was normal for wrestlers to improvise their promos with little direction. The improvisation of promos led to many WWE wrestlers showing off their charisma. In present-day WWE, promos are highly scripted, with WWE writers planning everything in advance. In 2014, a complete broadcast script for the 14th April episode of Raw was leaked online for all eyes to see. The document shows a fully scripted promo between John Cena and Bray Wyatt, down to every single word. Number 8. Commentary leak. The commentary team have a lot of work to do during shows. They have to put over the wrestlers, put over the storylines, and follow strict guidelines during shows, avoiding terms that have been banned by Vince. Sometimes during commercials or during promos, they switch their headset microphone off to talk with those in gorilla position to give them further guidance. A pre-production episode of SmackDown in 2014 was leaked online. The clip includes Michael Cole talking to Vince saying,
say that every time because I said it a shitload of times tonight. Okay. Yes, sir. So you want? Yes, sir. Yep. Okay, I've got it, sir. I just didn't know if you want me to hit it every time, but I'll do that from now on. Okay, you got it. Thank you. Yep, I will.
One can only imagine Vince screaming down the headset, "Damn it, you do as I say, or you're fired."
I think we lay out.
We're going live in 45
Yeah, I think we're laying out through the whole
seconds.
thing until. Seriously, I mean, what are we going to say here? You know, I think we just let it be, unless he tells us to say something.
We might have to make some kind of reaction.
You should do that.
Oh
that should be
God,
you. But other than that,
yep.
No.
No. We were just talking.
We're
about
not going to talk to Punk's entrance, Kev. Just so you know.
When Punk's music hits, they're gonna. Oh my God! Come on. Good. How are you? Can you see me good enough? The camera's pointed at nobody but me.
That's what I need. An I-5. Yeah.
Number 9. Rehearsing a match. Depending on the wrestler, some like Randy Savage and DDP like to rehearse and plan matches from bell to bell, whereas people like CM Punk loathe those who plan out matches meticulously. It's not a case of one is right and one is wrong, but it stems from good chemistry between workers that produce good matches. Of course, big spots in wrestling should be rehearsed in advance to make sure it can be performed well and without injury, such as Kofi Kingston, who practiced the Royal Rumble chair hop before performing it, making sure it was actually possible to do. One other example is leaked footage of both The Undertaker and Paul Bearer rehearsing the cement segment that was supposed to kill off Paul Bearer at the Great American Bash. Since the stunt was never done, it was imperative they rehearse the segment before doing it.
I have no other choice. Rest in peace.
What are you doing? What are you doing? You can't do that! No!
And number 10. Piping in crowd noise. One thing the WWE has been guilty over the years is blatantly piping in crowd noises for its shows. Normally, the crowd edits have been done to smaller shows like SmackDown to hype storylines or promos. The edited pop is known as the hairdryer pop and has been used for years and has only recently been changed.
"7 feet tall, a little over 400 pounds, will be inside."
Well guys, that about wraps up this video here. I hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like if you did, subscribe if you haven't already, turn notifications on, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.